News. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us right at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Caitlin Francis. You are watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We do appreciate that. We're following that big breaking news story out of North Haven this morning. Big breaking news here across the state with the Travelers Championship underway here in just a short amount of time. So we got to know how the weather's going to be for everybody heading out to Cromwell. So let's say good morning to meteorologist Jill Gilardi.
It's all going to depend on what time of day, and which day we're talking about. But let's focus on today. We'll start here. So this morning, it's some fog, and then it's some rain that's going to be passing through. Tomorrow, we're going to start with some fog, and then it's just going to be hot, humid, and we'll be monitoring for storm development, some of which could be severe, and it's a first alert weather day tomorrow. And then Friday through most of the weekend, the weather's fine. It starts to get a little hotter, though, especially by Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, feeling 100 degrees or hotter. Certainly multiple first alert weather days because of that. But here's the rain that we're tracking, moving from west to east right now. And so we'll give folks a first alert. Line up along I-91. This is about to move in the next 5-10 minutes. And where's it going to be in 1 hour from now? Well, it is going to be moving across, yes, Cromwell, up through Tolland, Enfield, down through Clinton. So giving you that first alert. So this is going to be pretty progressive as we go through the morning hours. We have that dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock across our southern counties, so that's where visibility is going to be at its worst. And yeah, even inland, there are some areas of locally dense fog. So as we get you at least through the next 6 hours, foggy still down towards the shoreline. We get the early morning rain. We'll get you through the afternoon. And of course, the next 7 days, it's all coming up in the next 10 minutes or so. Caitlin.
All right, thanks, Jill. Let's get you back to this breaking first alert here in the traffic department. If you're heading out the door, unfortunately, this is going to cause some massive delays here this morning for your morning commute. Heading towards Waterbury or Middlebury even, maybe Southington, if that's where your commute takes you. Well, this incident in Southbury is going to snarl up that commute. 84 eastbound is still closed. Right at the exit 15 on and off ramp. DOT telling us this is due to an overturned tractor trailer. We've got a call into Connecticut State Police, but here is the unfortunate news at this time with the details that we do know. Almost 6 miles of delays reported at this time. And you can see we have some delays as well on the westbound side with a little bit of rubbernecking probably taking place. So please make sure that you're avoiding the area there this morning. You'll have to get off and get back on the highway with a detour there. Live look outside in Hartford, Waterbury, Middletown, and Meriden. Some reduced visibility depending on where you're traveling. Just take it easy as you're heading out the door. Let's check out your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, let's get right back to that breaking news happening in North Haven, where people living near Hartford Turnpike are waking up to a SWAT team response of some type in the area.
All right, so this investigation's been going on now for a few hours at this point. We brought this to you as breaking news when we came on air at 4:30. Your reporter Owen Kingsley has arrived live on the scene with the very latest information. Owen, what's going on there?
Well, guys, it's quite the scene to wake up to, as you just sort of mentioned. This is a very residential neighborhood where police have really taken over this section of the Hartford Turnpike. Let me step aside so you can get a better look at how things are looking right now. You'll see a couple people on that front lawn down just a few hundred feet from us. That's where a lot of this attention and focus has been in various conversations. Again, we're a little ways away here, so we can't quite tell exactly what's going on, but there have been at times crowds of people, maybe a dozen or more, in the roadway on that front yard area that police are very much focused on right now. As you mentioned, they've been here for several hours since sometime early this morning. At this point, we are told by police that the situation is under control and no injuries have been reported. So good news there. Again, still trying to learn more details from police about exactly what is happening just a few hundred feet from us right here on Skiff Street. We do know, obviously, this section of Hartford Turnpike closed right now. So any morning commuters coming through this area, be mindful who are driving through North Haven. Right now, this stretch of Hartford Turnpike between Skiff Street and School Drive is shut down, and no timetable for when we can expect this roadway to reopen. Again, we are just getting glimpses from a few hundred feet away, but as you can tell by the number of first responders and law enforcement on both sides of this road, clearly a very large response early this morning. As soon as we have more information, we'll make sure to share it with you. For now, your reporter live in North Haven, Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Owen, thank you. This morning, more than 20 dogs are receiving medical treatment and a man facing criminal charges after those dogs were rescued from a home in Oxford. This comes after a lengthy animal cruelty investigation there. 10 other dogs were taken from the same house just a few months ago. Police say the homeowner kept rescuing dogs from kill shelters and then became overwhelmed. But if you're looking for a way to help care for these animals, we've got all those details up on the WFSB app.
Happening today, Michelle Troconis will be back in court on charges related to her contempt of court charge. Troconis is serving a 14-year sentence for her role in the 2019 disappearance of Jennifer Farber-Dulos. Today's court appearance is connected to charges she received for having sealed documents from the Dulos family on her laptop during her trial.
7:06, a former state trooper accused of workers' compensation fraud, 32-year-old Jose Campos of Winstead, turned himself in yesterday. So investigators say he claimed he suffered a back injury after a restroom door hit him and then knocked him to the ground. But police say that was a lie, and Campos collected more than $8,000 in replacement wages. He's now being charged with larceny. Also happening today, witnesses will return to the stand in the murder trial against Raul Valley. The suspect is accused of stabbing another teen to death at a house party in Shelton back in 2022. He was 16 at the time of the stabbing. He's 20 today. 5 witnesses took the stand yesterday, including first responders who described responding to this incident. And investigators pointed out that that weapon allegedly used was never found. More details, and you can live stream this case through the WFSB Plus and WFSB app.
One of Connecticut's premier sporting events back. Many of the best golfers in the world will be at the Travelers Championship, teeing off tomorrow. But later today, it's all about the Celebrity Pro-Am as sports and entertainment stars tee off.
Yeah, so exciting. It's always a fun time on Wednesday before day one of tournament play, which is tomorrow. Roger Suzanin live at the TPC in Cromwell with a look ahead at what we can expect. So I'm sure there's lots of new and exciting things. Raj, what's going on out there?
Yeah, ladies, it's actually very exciting here right now because you can watch some of the very best players in the world as they warm up before this Celebrity Pro-Am. And by the way, that Celebrity Pro-Am just started a little while ago. In fact, Scotty Scheffler was part of the first group, the top-ranked player in the world. He's on the course right now. But right now we've seen warming up guys like Robert McIntyre, who just finished second in the U.S. Open, as well as Adam Scott, who's a legendary performer. And then later, huge stars like Chris Berman from the sports and entertainment world are going to also hit the links. And speaking of super-duper stars, you really just never know who's going to show up here in Cromwell during the Travelers Championship. Check out this video. Yesterday, arguably the greatest golfer of all time, Tiger Woods, arrived here at Travelers. Now, unfortunately, he's injured, so he won't be in the field, but he is part of the committee that's trying to select the next CEO of the PGA. All right, so back to the athletes who actually will be teeing it up. We mentioned the Celebrity Pro-Am just started minutes ago, right at 7 a.m. It's one of the most fun days in Connecticut sports, but tomorrow, that's when the really serious business begins, as most of the world's best golfers, in fact, all top 10 of the world's best, will take on TPC River Highlands, including the defending world champion and world #1 Scotty Scheffler. He's also defending champion here at Travelers. Other legends like Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, and Jordan Spieth, just to name a few, will also be electrifying the crowd. So you can see the players already getting warmed up behind me for the Celebrity Pro-Am. Tournament play starts tomorrow. One thing that's really incredible about this great event is it is the only PGA tournament, not just in Connecticut, but in all of the Northeast, all of New England. So it's a huge deal. Also, over the last 17 years, it has raised more than $30 million for local charities, which is truly incredible. Also, coming up later this hour, we're going to explain why more young people will be able to watch this great tournament live and in person. Live in Cromwell this morning, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Roger, looking forward to today's Pro-Am. You said Scotty Scheffler just teed off just a few minutes ago. How do you think the field's going to play out here today with the Pro-Am?
Okay, for the Pro-Am, I'm going to pick Robert McIntyre. He's playing great. He just came in second in the U.S. Open. He's out early. His tee time isn't until 8 o'clock this morning, and yet we saw him about 7 a.m., an hour before, hitting balls, so he's taking it seriously. I think he's going to win the Pro-Am. Now, I'm not going to spoil my pick for the actual championship, but I will say it's going to have a New England flavor. I'll reveal that tomorrow, Kate.
I think we know who you might be talking about.
Giving it away.
Maybe a
Did I give it away?
repeat.
I gave it away.
Yeah.
All right,
Tracey McCain. Tracey McCain.
Well, that's not the one. All right, don't forget to check out our Inside the Traveler special starting tonight. You can tune in at 7 for a full recap of the golf and also how the fans had fun tonight and through the rest of the week, 7 to 7:30.
Well, good morning, everyone. We are tracking a little bit of rain that's going to briefly impact what's happening in Cromwell and across now central Connecticut. So it is sliding eastward. It's not going to be long lasting, but nonetheless, you're going to have to deal with the rain. Also, we're tracking not only the rain coming down in New Haven, but we have areas of dense fog, and we have both of those in that view right there. So dense fog advisory for our southernmost counties until 9 o'clock this morning. So that rain is going to be moving across the state. By the time we reach about 9 o'clock, weakening some, but still some ongoing showers eastern Connecticut. And then as we get towards noon, we're going to start to see things kind of quieting on down before a few more showers develop this afternoon. Tomorrow's First Alert Weather Day, details ahead on that, and 3 more going into next week in about 5 minutes. Trace?